Hey everyone, welcome to the Horror Show Podcast. I'm Cecil Laird.
I'm Marcia Parker.
Fuego here.
And we are back once again to, as the title puts it, progress our Patreon. We did one other planning our Patreon podcast, and this is the evolution of it. Fuego has been kind enough to do a bit of research because people keep asking us when we're going to launch it, and frankly, it's just time we did it. So we needed to crack down and decide on what our perks are going to be. So Fuego wrote down some example perks from some other, some other people that are doing it, and we might pick and choose and take some inspiration from other people, but we'll try and come up with our own stuff as well. However, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. You know what I mean? Sure. So we could just as easily provide good content like these other people can. So,
that's right.
Fuego, I think this is going to be more or less a you-led podcast. Yeah, so you go ahead. Let's start off. What kind of research did you do? What did you find? What do we got?
Well, I was looking at different people that I see as emerging voices in the horror YouTube spheres that already have Patreons that are doing very well. People like the Horror Addicts, people like Cody Leach, people like Lee from Drum Dumbs, but also people who are just launching their Patreons, like Chris Duckman is one of my favorite YouTube critics and stuff. Very, very genuine and knowledgeable and stuff like that. And it really just boils down to just more exclusive interactive content. Like, basically, more so than anything else, what I see trending big time is if there is something specific that people want you to cover that wouldn't necessarily be on your agenda. And it's usually retro reviews. It's usually, things that have been seldom seen, just like personal favorites from people and stuff like that. But I think the biggest thing that I want to ask you about, since you and I were talking about this, with the launch of the Patreon, and I think Marcia's insight here is pretty essential as well. So we've been doing 2 to 3 episodes a day for quite a while at this point, but we were talking about scaling back to maybe 1 to 2 a day instead, and then in turn just having that second or third episode be a Patreon exclusive. What do you think about that, Marcia?
That makes sense, because...
Or at least temporarily Patreon exclusive.
Exactly,
right.
Yeah.
We could make those episodes maybe the following month.
Like
we could make them the regular episode.
Sneak preview, or advanced watching. That I listen to Sword and Scale, and they also do, a page. He does a Patreon where you get either an extra episode on a specific. They're a true crime podcast, so he'll either do an extra episode or an early release. And that seems to work out pretty well. I actually been thinking about joining his Patreon because they're intense, but yeah, I like that.
Okay, so that's okay. So we'll keep that as an option. We'll need to get into tiers and everything eventually too. So
yeah, and that was one thing where the one aspect of research that I did not do was like if you can set up annual Patreon contributions or if it is only monthly. That's the one thing that I
think it's monthly.
It is monthly. Okay, yeah, because I was going to say if there was an ability to do just like a yearly subscription kind of thing, at a discounted rate, that was something that I think would be a cool idea. But once again, it's about just catering to what specific people want, and that's where everything from choose a review to maybe a slightly higher tier would be choose a review with a specific reviewer from the show that you want. I know Susie isn't as available sometimes, but I feel like that is, somebody whose insight would be sought after, obviously. I'm seeing a growing trend with commentary tracks, and I know that that is actually something that a lot of YouTubers do specifically for Patrons. They don't make it regular episodes. And I know you guys did a couple, right? I know you and Marcia did one in particular for a film early on, and I cannot remember exactly what it is.
I'm sorry, you said early access reviews you're talking about?
No, so, basically a Patreon choosing a review.
Oh, so, patron choosing review, yeah.
Yeah, choosing a review, but then maybe at a slightly higher tier, them choosing who they want to review it. Like maybe pay just a tiny bit more, because if you really want Susie's opinion
we could have two tiers then. We could have patron chooses a review, and then for slightly more, patron chooses a review for a specific host.
Exactly.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, because there's Mercer has his crowd of fans. I mean, there are in the ranks of our extended cast of people, there's different opinions and perspectives.
Did you write down what they cost on the ones you wrote them down?
That is the one thing that I really wanted to discuss cost with you guys.
Well, I wasn't sure if you wrote down the examples, though, of what they had when you were writing them down.
No, that is the one thing that I did not do.
Okay.
Yeah. Which, in hindsight, probably would have been good to do. But, I mean, honestly, if we are talking monthly, maybe for... What would be fair, though?
Well, let's get the things down, and then we'll go through the tiers.
Yeah, exactly. So another thing that I think would be good is commentary tracks, and choosing a film that you would like to hear us do just a full-on thing with. I know you guys, as I mentioned earlier, did at least one or two before. I've never been in on one. I'm not sure if that would be better to do as a video, or if that would be just strictly podcast kind of thing.
We should say commentary track with 2 or more hosts.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
And then, obviously, once again, I incorporated in, choose a commentary track with reviewers of your choosing. Once again, just to differentiate the tiers, we'll review something for you. We'll do a commentary track for you. But if you have specific people on our extended cast that you would like to see...
I think that's tricky because...
I think you're getting into looking greedy territory. I'm worried. What do you think? No?
Well, no,
not necessarily.
I think it's tricky for them to request certain people because not everybody is always quite available as other people. So we don't want to get in a situation where we can't deliver specific people.
It's true.
Well, as long as we say, that must be given 1 month leeway of actually achieving the goal or something like that. I don't know.
I think it would be better if we just say to commenters of a review of your choice, because then that way you have the flexibility. But that's just my own personal opinion, because there's sometimes when people can't make it for a few months. So, yeah.
Channel shout-outs should be one. So that
So
a lower tier
Yeah.
gets their name on that.
No.
Would you do channel where we shout out, or maybe we put them in their credits?
Well, the way they do it is they pull up a window with all their patrons at that particular tier while they're talking. Just pull it up and be like, "Thanks to this month's patrons," while you're talking about something else.
So it's kind of like a credits type of thing.
Right. Yeah. Mm-hmm. And I guess we could do verbal shout out too as a separate tier. Verbal shout out.
I would put it at a really high tier.
You think?
Yeah. That way
It'd be easier just to say, thanks very much for this month's verbal patrons, verbal shout out patrons. That is this person, this
Julie,
person.
Jack, Jingle, Heimer, Schmidt, Tutti Frutti.
Oh, Rudy.
Shitface. Can't say that. Damn it.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck. Oh, no.
But since we've never really done commentaries before, that was one that I see. Stuckman, for instance, was the one who gave me the idea, because he was basically talking about how with his Patreon, since he only does reviews for the most part, he doesn't even really do trailer reactions or anything like that. He was basically saying that, if it's going to be such a long form video, it makes more sense for that to be a Patreon kind of thing.
Yeah, you're going to put the time in it, you might as well get paid for it.
Yeah, exactly. If it's 90 minutes to 2 hours, and also I still really like the I had to have Cecil or Mercer, choose a Let's Play idea. If there is a game, even if it's something of the written, maybe.
Well, we might not be able to access any game people choose. They might choose a 15-year-old game that I have no way to play.
Okay, so if it's something, it would have to be within feasibility for current systems and stuff like that. Okay, well,
choose a Let's Play is not a bad one.
No.
And actually, some of these we might have to combine. Choose a Let's Play or a review or that kind of thing.
Right.
Okay, what else, Fuego?
Yeah, I still definitely like the News Bites idea, but I'm not 100% if that's something that, I know we talked about a newsletter.
No, we should just do that regular.
Yeah, we talked about a newsletter previously. Choose a Let's Play, choose a Let's Play with who to give
I don't know if we should do a newsletter, just because that's just added written stuff that we would have to put together. And, I think if someone could commit to doing it and that be their main focus, then that would be worth doing. But I just don't want you guys to overextend yourselves. And then how many people I don't know. I don't read any sort of newsletters that come through my email, to be honest. But some people may. I don't know. That's just me.
Yeah, well, I mean, for the news, I'm reading websites all the time. You know, every day I'm on Bloody and Daily, Daily.
And it could be,
like that,
quick, like the, I don't know, story of the week or story of the month or something. It would be monthly, not weekly, right? Mm-hmm. So I guess you would have time.
Yeah.
Periodically.
Or, I mean, I don't know. I mean...
Like, you could put in there, like, horror movies coming out, like, upcoming horror movies. So you have a list of upcoming horror movies that are going to be coming out. You could have that in one section.
Now, that's actually a good idea, to do something at the beginning of every month that gives them a heads up about premiere dates of things, television shows that are starting. That's actually...
As Patreon only?
Like a Patreon thing?
That's a possibility. I mean...
Like, if you were going to do a newsletter, like, you would do, like, a monthly, right? So, and then you would want to include stuff like upcoming movies that are coming out.
Yeah, I mean, we could make it a Patreon exclusive newsletter if we wanted.
Or it could just be, or it could just be a video, too.
Video letter, that's what I'm saying. Video letter. Yeah, newsletter, video letter, whatever we want to call it. We'll come up with a clever name for it, but... so, monthly video newsletter. But for patrons only.
Yeah, like a monthly horror preview kind of thing almost, I think would be cool. I mean, hell, if we're... Like,
honestly, we could really write down everything. Yeah, write down everything we can put on it, because I think
it would have to be horror video games. I think it would have to be horror
video
comics,
games, horror releases, horror Netflix releases.
Yeah.
Hulu?
Yeah, Hulu releases, all horror releases. Shit, that's almost like a video in itself, though.
Shudder too. Yeah.
That's almost just the horror releases is a video in itself, let alone a newsletter, because there could be.
And if we're talking like video games, comics, TV shows, all of these other things too.
Well, that's what I was thinking about, like a email kind of format, but you can set up different links. I don't know. That's just in my head. Like, you can have like a little cutout for. Like upcoming, like what we're looking forward to upcoming, like the upcoming movie, upcoming TV show, or upcoming game. Maybe our top picks for that, and then you could have like the news story of the month, and then you could have links going to different, like back to our YouTube page.
Yeah.
I don't know. That's what I'm thinking. Like, because they can get it in an email, and I think it would look cool if they got something that came in an email format. But then they can link it over to our YouTube page, and it could be only Patreons at that level gets that.
Well, if we're just going to briefly touch on like tiers of money, I mean, I was looking at the like Schmo and Collider have this new thing they've been doing for like a couple of years now, so I guess it's not that new, but it's something they're newly pushing a little bit more. So it's called the Schmodown, and it's where they have people go on and compete in movie trivia knowledge and so on and so forth. And when they all launched theirs, man, I mean, the lowest tier was $1 a month. They went that low, for just $1 a month. And if you get a ton of that, I mean, we have almost 20,000 subscribers. I mean, if a good chunk of those were willing to just give $1 a month, that would be crazy. But the next tier up was $5. Next tier up was $10. They went as high as like $500 a month. Shit, there was one for $1,000 a month if you wanted to come. And so that's where, as I get to some of these higher ones up here.
Go ahead.
We talked about the news bites. I think if somebody wanted to choose a live stream topic of their choice, like if they had something they wanted to see us all do a live stream about, that would probably at least have to be a $5 or a $10 tier or something like that, but they would still have access to the other, perks that we had mentioned. Dude, I went as high as even thinking, do you want to be on the horror show? Do you want us to, like, I even talked with my boss over at the Clarendon because I get a comped monthly room. The only thing about that is where you're basically, if you're comping a room at a hotel for somebody you don't know who's coming, and it reflects on you how they conduct themselves and so on and so forth. I mean, that is one of the things. It would have to be continental United States. We would have to. Well,
we could just do one. If you get yourself down here, we'll get you on the show.
Right. And you don't necessarily have to bring them to your house. We could do an offsite location.
Yeah. But I think on the horror show, I think
live stream topic choices do, and I think hang out with the horror show. Yeah. So just do one where you can pay to have a guaranteed hangout with us, where you can Skype in or do the Google Hangouts, and we can just do an hour-long talk with you. That we can make an episode. And then Beyond the Show would obviously be the biggest tier.
Yeah, like if they actually come on the show, I would say that would be like $1,000 tier. Like,
yeah, no, I agree.
Which at the end of the day, I mean, it is a donation to continue, the show chugging forward that, people, presumably enjoy, like enough to, invest that sort of time and dedication of watching and stuff like that. And that's actually one of the other ones I had here, exclusive Q&A, where it would be either Google Hangout or something of that nature. I was thinking about this was late at night when I was writing this last one. Basically like doing a horror show, like Boogeyman box kind of thing, basically, where we would essentially, maybe each of us toss in, like a book or a film or something like that we really dig. I mean, go and scrounge around the Zias, the different resale places where we can get things for relatively inexpensively, and just have that as an additional perk. Obviously, put that on a higher tier.
Or we specifically that's actually a good idea.
Where we each choose a form of entertainment. Of
I would
some
put
sort.
it on the $1,000 tier.
No. I think that's not bad. I like that.
Yeah. No, I like it too.
The Boogeyman box. I think that would be at like $100 tier.
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
I think $100 because then we take 75 of it or 50 of it to put together the box.
Yeah, each month.
And then we sign a note, a specific note that goes in with the box, a personalized note.
It would even be fun if we made a video of going to like a Zia or a Bookman's or something like that, and we're like, this is us assembling the Boogeyman box for this month.
Or should it be 50? Because I mean, we could legitimately do a box if we really wanted, if it does well enough. Should we do 50 or 100?
I mean, we've seen some pretty bottom, like scraping the bottom of the barrel
for
boxes.
$30. That's what I'm saying. If we say 50 and then we actually make it legit worth it.
I'm just trying to think of production wise because.
Well, it's just something we can do on the side. We're just putting together items for a box. Yeah. We'll throw in a shirt. We'll throw in maybe a prop from the show or an item from one of our many horror unboxings that we don't particularly, aren't attached to.
Yeah, but you have... Okay. I mean, I'm just thinking
you got to imagine how many people are actually going to buy it, though.
Yeah.
Not that many.
If you have 50 people buy it...
Horror Addicts have 17 patrons.
I was going to say, Cody has more than
that. Bloodbath and Beyond have 340 patrons.
But if you go... Jesus Christ.
Yeah. Well, they
No,
have
I'm sorry. No, that's not true.
Levels?
They have $340 they're making from the patrons. They have... Sorry.
I thought you were saying that's like how many levels they have.
Patrons,
I was like, Jesus.
No. I was looking at Bloodbath and Beyond. I'll tell you, because Horror Addicts, I think, has a more comprehensive thing compared to them. I've only looked at those two. Yeah. But Bloodbath and Beyond, I'll tell you what they're... Guys, and this is we're not trying to copy people. We're just taking inspiration from people that are already doing it. And, hey... Call us copycats or call us smart, because I think it's the latter, quite frankly. Bloodbath and Beyond have 47 patrons. Horror Addicts have 17 patrons. Bloodbath and Beyond makes $327 a month from Patreon.
Which is nothing,
currently.
Which is nothing.
Well, when you say they have 17
so
patrons, that means they have 17 people who are paying.
I think we would end up somewhere in the 30 patron range to start.
Yeah.
Like people, you're talking about people.
30 patrons, yeah.
Yeah.
Right.
But we don't know what tiers. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it could be varying tiers.
That's a lot of tiers.
But which would be down as low as I'd say at least $1.
I say $50 for the Boogeyman box, and I like Boogeyman box actually. I was trying to think if Boogie Box would be better, but it's too close to Boogie 2988. People might get it confused. Beyond the Show, I think $1,000 is good for that. Or do you think 500?
1,000.
500 is a lot of money.
How about 600? How about
$666?
I
like that.
That's funny.
Yeah, and maybe
make that and I'll even say we fully expect no one to take advantage of this.
Yeah, exactly. And we'll do it so jokingly that some amusing
who knows?
person,
if they do
somebody
it,
may do it. Just be like,
I'm down.
Now, if you said 667, I would have been like, no.
So
and at the top tier, though, I mean, they would basically have the option to ask us to do coverage of any, film or TV series or whatever, plus the exclusive preview stuff, plus the box, plus, I mean, that's where it just basically stacks.
You get all the tiers, just like, Kickstarter.
I like the $1 get your name on the credit.
Yeah, just throw it on there.
This is $1 tends to be just you're happy to help. Yeah. It seems like $5 is where people get their names on.
Oh, okay.
That's what it seems like.
Okay, that's actually fair.
But I feel
Level like for Bloodbath, $1 is just a little goes a long way. It just says it helps us create content full time for the horror community. And then level 2, $2 a month, access to our Patreon feed where we'll share news and announcements. So we can do $2 where people just get access to that. And then $5 a month is Patreon only polls, access to monthly movie nights for patrons and Twitch subs. And then a Patreon role in Bloodline Nexus Discord server. I don't know what that means, but
yeah, the whole movie feed thing though, I have noticed like Gory and Danny just getting banned on YouTube like all the damn time for doing those sort of things. You know, those like little temporary windows of banning where they'll like a movie.
Wait, for doing what? Oh, for like watching a movie?
Exactly, watching a movie, streaming it and they get hit with copyright stuff.
Because you're not supposed to do that.
I know, and that's why I'm still surprised that they do it. So
yeah, no, we can't do that. However, what we would want to do, I think I wrote it down.
I think you can do a hangout and
horror dinner
like
and a movie with the Geeks Who Eat.
I think that's an awesome idea. I'm still into that.
So essentially, Marcia, what that would be is the Geeks Who Eat are actually going to be announcing a big project they have at Phoenix Comic Con, and we'd be able to help them showcase their project one recipe at a time, so to speak, without giving away what they're doing. And they actually asked us when we were at Phoenix Film Festival, what would you guys say about, because you remember Dinner and a Movie on TBS? Where they'd watch,
I think we've talked about this.
Right, so, but we can't play the movie, but we could do it as us doing a live video commentary. While we watch the movie, it films us. We all watch it with headphones, and then people can just play the movie. And then we could stop. We can say, okay, we're going to pause right here. And then we'll go over and we'll film them doing some horror, one of the courses. And then go back and watch more of the movie. And then come back and do course number 2. And then go back and come back and do the dessert.
Okay.
And it'd be a long, like 2-hour episode. But
and actually, that's a terrific idea, though, because a Patreon could experience it live with us, presumably,
and everybody else would watch
watch it later on YouTube.
Yeah.
So now, how much would that run, though? I think that. Now, and what are we asking for? Is that like can they request a movie, or can
they just get early access? Right?
Well, that would be part of the early access tier then. Yeah. So. So the second app would be one of the perks would be the second episode a day, and I guess the dinner and a movie and any special Q&A. So
and they need to be solid second episodes though, not like some shit trailer reaction or something like that.
No, it would be a review or something like that. Well, that's what we have to decide. Like, do we want to commit to an extra episode a day, or just say Patreon early access episodes, maybe like 3 a week or something like that? So we do one a day, and then we just do like a Monday, Wednesday, Friday kind of thing, or something like that for the Patreon people. I don't know. What do you think?
Yeah, that's a good question. I'm not 100%.
Is it, or is it just early access? I don't know.
So
because it can't be early access to the news because you guys do that live,
right?
But with one of the requests, though, if like they were choosing a review or choosing a TV series to cover or something of that nature, would we eventually make that available to the regular people?
Eventually,
Eventually, yeah.
Early access to...
like 1 month. It would take 1 month before we'd actually make it live on the regular channel.
Yeah, especially if it's a retro review. It's not like it's time sensitive. It's an evergreen kind of thing. So.
Or is it early access to one special episode a week?
So I guess
not enough?
I guess the monthly newsletter is part of the Patreon only content. The dinner and a movie would be part of the Patreon only content. So what tier gets people to the Patreon only content? $5 a month?
I would say $5 would
$5
be
a month, and then
your name goes on.
Your name goes on the board too. Okay.
But then so access at $5, but maybe if you're like jumping in and doing some of the choosing for content, that's where I do think
you would go up to like 10.
Maybe 10.
Yeah. Okay, so let's do that. So patron choosing a review.
Yeah.
No, I think that needs to be more than 10. I think it needs to be 25.
I think maybe 20.
20?
Yeah, I mean, and that's you basically choosing something specific for us.
Okay, that's fine. $20. Okay, we'll do $20 for that. Now, 25 for a specific host.
We can have it up there tentative. Marcia did make some good points. I thought it was a good idea, and I still do, but she does raise.
Yeah, okay.
I mean,
We'll scratch it out for now.
I mean, especially if everybody wants Susie to review something.
Yeah, we'll scratch it out for now.
She's very tough to nail down a lot of the time. So.
Okay, commentary track with 2 or more hosts. $30?
Would that be in the same tier? No. You would on.
Well, I guess we could say choose a review or a comment. Well, a review is less to commit to than a comment. Well, no, that's not true, because technically with a review, you have to watch the movie and review it. Commentary, you can just do while you're watching the movie.
Right.
I still think there should be different tiers, though. Shit, I don't know.
Which do you think would take more?
There is more.
We have to coordinate with 2 people with the other one. So I think if we're doing 20 for the other, 30 for the commentary.
Yeah, I would do that.
Okay.
You have to, there's more to it.
Okay. $30. So we had the channel shout out, which will get included at the $5 tier. Now, what about a verbal shout out? $10?
I'm not really sold on the verbal ones. I think the verbal shout out should be a high tier.
Yeah.
I think, like, something you would really want to recognize somebody for doing, like, it'd be up in the $30 or $40 just as an add-on if you've done that. Like,
I almost feel like the verbal
25?
shout out would just like go along with if somebody has chosen a commentary or a review, and that would just kind of
like you shout out the
person. You can just say
not
this
two birds
includes
with one
this
stone.
and a verbal shout out. Okay.
Yeah.
right, because if they're picking the review, then we're gonna shout them out.
True. Okay. So
and they're paying a higher amount already, so
Okay.
that follows. That follows everybody's.
Live stream topic choice. Now there can only be 4 a month because we only have 4 live streams, and we'll have other ones we want to do. So, do you want to do 40 or 30? Same as the commentary track.
If you do it either or situation.
Mm-hmm. You could do a commentary track for a movie or choose a live stream topic for $30.
Mm-hmm. And you could also, there are a lot of people on that tier, then you can also do like make it an extra early access stream or something. Like if we do an extra stream. Or no.
Okay. Well, so $30, or you want to go 40?
I think 30 sounds a little bit better, honestly.
Yeah. Hang out with the horror show. 40?
So what?
On Google Hangout. Google Hangout.
Yeah.
Or 35?
I would go at least 40.
Okay. Fuego, does that sound good to you?
I think so.
Okay.
I'm just starting to think if we actually do get traction with this, like, it's going to be a juggling act of, I mean, if each person gets a choice, but I mean, it's getting paid for.
We'll have to start splitting the money up if that's the case. You know what I mean? If it really starts to work that way, then that's the point, right? That's the whole point.
That's what we always wanted to do with this. Yeah, that's why we've been at it for 4.5 years now. So,
be on the show, 1,000 or no 666.
Yeah, that's the 666.
And then the boogie box was 50. Yeah, so there we go.
Yeah,
I mean, choose a let's play. What do you think?
I think that
25.
You know what? I think, what if the
is there a way to?
What if that's with the Be on the Horror Show? You get to do a let's play on the horror show.
Be on the show and
basically do what you want. You can either do
a review, live stream, let's play, whatever you want.
Yeah, exactly. You can film as much content in that day when you come out with us as we can knock out.
That'd be cool.
Okay. Yeah. Film as much content as the day provides.
My only concern is you were saying that the let's plays are worst enemies right now when it comes to viewing wise. So
as long as they're horror stuff, it's not as bad. It's when I do like God of War or Far Cry that we don't get shit. So the horror stuff gets at least the same as some of our trailer reactions.
Okay. Because by that I mean
was like just 150 worried. Views.
Yeah, so I was just worried, like if we had some of those, if it would.
No, but if they want to, I still think it's worth doing. I won't be doing them a huge amount, so every now and again, I think it'd be fine.
I actually think it's funny if we're just doing 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, and then we all of a sudden jump up to 666 for Be on the Horror Show. I mean,
they're going to be like, you really don't want anybody on
Horror Show 666. Fucking it fits a lot of
we don't want ways. A lot of eccentric people. I don't know what the...
See, and hang out with the horror show, if we get enough people doing that, we could have them, multiple people hanging out in the same one kind of thing. We can divide them up and say, okay, there won't be more than 3 of you, but there might be 3 of you. You know what I mean?
Yeah. Or you do a rotating hangout. Like, you have 30 minutes on a Google Hangout. So that if there's...
Time limits, yeah. So
you have like 100 people and you can only have like 4 at a time.
Horror Addicts, I feel like, might have overcomplicated their categories just a little bit because there's a lot in every one. Like Horror Neighbor is $1 a month. Hello and welcome to the neighborhood. We don't usually allow our neighbors to snoop on us, but we've made an exception just for you. I kind of like their heading on each category though. Enjoy the perks, but remember to stay off our lawn. It says a personal thank you message welcoming you to the neighborhood. I think that's not a bad idea for $1. Yeah. Personal thank you message. I can do that.
Easy.
Personal thank you.
Oh, should the 666 include a crew T-shirt?
Oh, of course. Yeah. Do review.
I think that's where
get T-shirt. A signed one too, if they want.
Yeah. No, we should just say it's signed.
Signed by the core 4. Bring out one of those white pens, or if it's a white shirt they want instead, do it in some.
Don't give them an option. They want it signed.
A personal thank you message, upcoming video announcements, polls determining future content. This is all for $1. See, that's too much for $1, I think.
Yeah, the upcoming video
exclusive digital movie and comment TV giveaways, added perks in our Discord chat room, and your name and a link of your choosing listed on the patrons page of our website. Well, that's a website. By the way, we need to really fucking update our website. It is not good. It hasn't. It says it hasn't been updated since like 2 years ago, since we did our ghost hunt.
Yeah.
Holy shit.
The first ghost hunt.
Yeah.
Horror Playmate is $5 a month. Your name listed with the Patreon horror family at the end of every video. A monthly group shout out on Twitter. Personal shout out of your choice on Twitter or Facebook when you sign up. Management perks in our Discord chat room. Again, Discord is huge right now.
I have no idea what it is.
I don't even. Yeah, what is Discord?
Discord is a personal chat sort of room that you can set up that your viewers can go to and interact while you're doing videos and stuff. Philip DeFranco's been big on it right now too. It's like the next big thing. I don't know enough about it yet, but
so it's basically like the group chat and
bonus videos. So yeah, their bonus video tier is $5. It says vlogs and bloopers, early release videos, a monthly horror night, horror family. Yeah, so the $5 a month is where we're gonna get all of our Patreon exclusive extra content. Outside of those specific Patreon selected, I like this. I'm going to start building this tonight.
What if we made, sorry, I got stuck on the website a little bit. What if we made the website our Patreon kind of hub where, like, we do that, the access to...
Do we need a website to do that, or would it be the Patreon website that would be the basis for that?
Because, like, I was thinking about what if our website was, like, you could get in and then you had access to, like, the monthly newsletter that linked you back to the YouTube.
No, I think that has to be on the Patreon site. I think because Bloodbath said access to our Patreon feed where we list all this and that. So probably all of our Patreon exclusive stuff would be on the Patreon feed, and then we'd port it over to YouTube a month later. Which is nice though, because even though we're creating content for Patreon, we're actually creating content for the main channel down the line.
Exactly.
So our website should just have a redirect to the Patreon website.
Yeah, at this point. Fucking really. At this point.
Done.
So horror friend says a personal their horror friend is $10 a month, a personal shout out and an upcoming review when you sign up, plus all previous rewards. Horror cousin, $20 a month, an honest horror movie review, list or ranking video of your choice. Okay, so do we want to say review, list, or ranking video?
Yeah, and it can be.
Well, actually, no, because if it's a ranking video, that means we might have to watch all those fucking movies. So no, we can't do that. Do we want to offer a ranking video for a price?
Well, the hell not. I mean, with all we made that master list of all the iconic franchises.
It could be in like the $50 range or
the Boogeyman box or a ranking video, or $40. You think hangout or ranking video for $40? Is $40 not enough for a ranking video?
I still kind of think we should have a different tier for like as opposed to saying, oh, if you pick this tier, you can pick one of these things. Just have a different tier for each one, even if we're only.
Well, okay, but what? It's separated by $5. You want a 35?
That's what I was going to say.
35 for a ranking or 45 for a ranking? Because right now we've got 5. We've got 1, 5, 20, or 1, 5, 10, 20, 30, 40, and 50, and 666.
Yeah. I still think. I mean, shit, man.
35 or 45?
35 or 45?
The one thing
for ranking.
what I
For
like,
ranking, I think 35 is fine. But
what I like about the either or aspect is that it helps us keep that variety, and that way we don't also double get too many people, like having to offer too many people. And obviously, I'm thinking that we have 200,000 people that they're buying into it, but you don't want to have too many people doing one thing. You know what I mean? I don't know. Maybe I'm wrong.
$50 they say they include a t-shirt too. Should we include a t-shirt? Yeah, I think a t-shirt comes in the Boogeyman box. That makes sense.
Yeah, but I mean, like a different t-shirt every month then? I mean, that's one thing to take into consideration.
If they do it a second month, we'll get them a different t-shirt. We've got those T-Fury shirts or we can get shirts from them. We could literally partner with them for our Patreon if we wanted. We could reach out to the guys
the Tino Evil people.
The Tino Evil people, thank you. Them. Yeah, they would absolutely team up with us.
Yeah, because that's just advertising for them.
Okay.
That's actually a good idea.
Include a t-shirt. Actually, yeah, I'm going to approach them and see if they want to join up with us for that. For the
Boogeyman box, dude.
Dude, I like the Boogeyman box a lot.
Are we going to put
your own personal no other horror channel offers a collector's box. Mm-hmm. That's a fucking great idea, Fuego.
Thank you, man.
Was that someone else's, or did you come up with it? That's a fucking great idea. That's a great idea.
Would we put Dave's face on the box as a Boogeyman?
Have to. That's what I thought of.
Absolutely. Absolutely. What was it? T-Fury?
Tino
Evil.
Well, remember, T-Fury is where we sell our shirts, right?
No, T-Public is
T-Public.
Okay, T-Public, sorry.
Tino Evil, though. We could team
Tino
with
Evil are the ones that have sent us stuff to give away before.
Actually, I could legitimately approach T-Public and see if they'd be willing to provide for... No, they wouldn't. Never mind.
I think we'd have a higher likelihood with Tino Evil, personally. Yeah. With them being
okay, I like this. I think we've got a solid...
And we could actually reach out to other people.
Dude, I think this is solid. I could literally put this, get this put up.
I bet you could reach out to, Jeremy and be like, hey, do you want to be featured in our box this month?
A germ spider, a germ spider tier?
No, I was just saying for the box.
Well, but what if we did a germ spider tier where it's $500? We send it to him and he can send them a $80, $50
We do get a lot of people ask about him.
Honestly, we could genuinely just reach out to pretty much every artist and person that we have previously worked with to maybe send a print.
Because we could literally do that. We could say $250.
We're talking Pesci.
Do you like Horrific Harry? Get your own version of a Horrific Harry, and we give him a majority of the money.
I feel like he might get a little mad.
Let's just not mess with it. Let's not mess with it. We've got a Horrific Harry shirt. A Horrific Harry shirt is another one we could do.
I was thinking more of hey, if we get, people continuing to do the box, we offer him, hey, do you want to be featured in one of our boogie boxes? And then he can make that decision.
Yeah, because we'll know how many patrons, and we'll say, okay, you would need to provide this many little biters.
Right, and then we could get
just throw a little biter in there. Yeah. Because he charges $15 for those.
Is he mass producing them yet? Or?
He does every now and again. He's a really busy guy, so we'd have to really plan it out. We'd have to make it like a Toy Maker month.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
Which would be great.
Which would be a lot of fun.
That'd be fucking great. We could start doing themed boxes.
Yeah.
Fuck, I really want to do this now. All right. You know what? I feel like we've gotten further than... I think we're there.
I think we're there, too.
I think we're there,
I think you could just go in there, start setting stuff up.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. Yeah. I might need your help with some graphic design aspects.
Okay.
But...
No, that'll get me going again. I need it.
Let's do that. Let's do this. Let's get this. I want to have this in place by next Sunday.
Okay.
Or you want to launch it for June?
Maybe wait till June. Maybe wait till after Comic-Con. After we're done with that, or Comic Fest, whatever the fuck they're calling it.
Yeah, because then we could pimp it on.
I think we need to take some time, especially if
we need to print some new. We need to print some new flyers. By the way,
we
need to print some new flyers for Mad Monster.
Well, so we have Comic Fest first. Are we gonna do those flyers that Dirk did again, or are we gonna have something different?
Oh, fuck, that's right.
Yeah, those cartoon.
Well, we're only. No, we don't have time for that. Oh, that's right.
Do. Yeah, we still have a few weeks.
Those up. Where are those? I think I've got the original somewhere.
Yeah.
To make some more, but
I don't know.
It's a bunch of copies we'd have to make and then get them stapled together and everything. Shit.
But we still have weeks. I mean, we're still 3 weeks away. So.
All right.
There's 3 weekends away.
Okay. One Tuesday maybe? Come over and help me get all that shit together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, but I think launching it in June, that'll give us a good month to get...
June 1st?
June 6th.
No, I mean...
666. That's good, actually.
Well, no, technically, the year is 666. It's 3 sixes is 18, right?
Yeah.
So,
666.
Yeah. We launch our Patreon on 66666.
Yeah.
Right?
We just got to get a lot of...
Let's do it.
We got to get this
sixes.
ironed out, make sure... So are we going to do a newsletter or are we doing a news video?
I think a news
I'm going to do a
video
whole fucking
works.
animation where the 66666 morphs into 66 2018 or 18.
That's a good idea.
Yeah.
I mean, just the fact that when we did interviews with Lee and Cody specifically, and they were like, how do you guys not have Patreons? They were like shocked we didn't have Patreons with the type of support those guys are getting.
Well, we'll be
like,
at 20. We'll be at 20 by that time.
Yeah.
I'm excited, guys.
Yeah.
I'm excited. This is going to be good.
This
I'm
is
going to
gonna
go
be very
make this transmorph graphic
Yeah.
after Fuego leaves, actually. I'm excited. I'm on this. We're going to do this. We're going to launch
I'm
this.
excited.
Fuck yeah.
Well,
okay,
and-
so June 6th, we're going to launch our Patreon.
And it's going to be genuinely fun for people who really love the content that we put together because, once again, a more interactive experience and, just helping play a hand in the programming of the horror show, and also getting some personal, just taste from us, low flavor. I think the backs is cool.
Dude, I'm going to fucking do this. I'm going to be like, I'm going to do a graphic that just says 66666. The horror show Patreon is coming. Fuck yeah, dude. And I'll just do our, the horror show, and then Patreon is coming.
Yeah.
Fuck yes, dude. See, I knew there was a reason we were waiting. Okay,
well,
so
and I think in the box we need at least one specific chosen piece from at least each of the core 4, if possible. And if we can nail Susie down. I mean, if it's a book Marcia likes, if it's
or should we
a
get the
DVD that I like,
patrons get their sort of a cross section of what they like, so we can get at least one item that is catered to them.
I like the idea that, especially if the first box is an exclusive box that handpicked from the core 4.
Okay.
I think that would be special.
I agree, dude. I'm fucking excited.
And then just let each box evolve.
I want to make this fucking.
Yeah, I think a shirt, a DVD, or blue
Plus,
of
people
some
are
sort.
people
a book
like our
or a graphic novel
personalities. They value our choices. So if we're actually put thought into what we're putting in the box, it's going to be successful.
I agree.
So
66666. I love it. Okay. All right, guys. We're going to call that episode of the Horror Show podcast right there. Thank you very much for listening. We appreciate you bearing with us as we figure this out, but I think we're finally fucking there, dude. I'm so excited.
I'm excited too.
So close.
All right.
Pull me back in.
Yeah. So thank you guys very much for listening. I've been Cecil Laird.
Marcia Parker.
Gracias, I've been having Fuego.
And remember,
Stay
stay scared.
I don't know why I just said it like that.